It's just 1 minute gone past the 11 o'clock hour. Of course, you're listening to Nice Radio for nice people. We bring to you programs that are of national interest, programs that are enlightening and concerning to the nation here of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're transmitting on 90.3, 96.7, and of course 101.3 on your FM dial. And as promised earlier today, I have in the studio with me a guest all the way from Africa. Yes. He is, just to give you a little bit of background about him, he's a gospel and inspirational songwriter. He's a musician and recording artist, born and raised in southern Nigeria. Yeah, the country that has 527 languages. Very, very diverse country. He's also a writer of poetry and short stories, and he's here today to tell you more about himself and, of course, about why he's here. Of course, last week he released his first single. Yes, he released his first single. Now he's a believer, a Christian, but the song is not a gospel track. And this song could not have come at a better time, being in the COVID-19 pandemic and all. So I'm going to have him introduce himself. His name is Otto Essien. Do I have the pronunciation correct?
Correct.
All right, his name is Otto Essien. So good morning to you, Otto, and welcome to the studios of Nice Radio.
Good morning, Nerissa. Thank you for having me, and good morning, St. Vincent.
All right, so what we'll do, we'll give the listeners a feel of the track that you've just released, and we'll dive straight into it.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, we'll be okay. Beautiful track, Otto.
Thank you.
Very beautiful track indeed. I love the feel of it. Funk type inspirational song.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into it. So we'll be okay. First of all, why the
Why the title?
why the title?
I think it something that almost anybody could relate to.
Right.
Because I believe that everyone has something they fight with every day. And if you don't have something to look forward to the next day, it could be very hard to get through your night, right? But I'll tell you what inspired the title. And this happens to be a surprise actually because I don't think my mom will remember this. My mom actually inspired this title many years ago. I can't remember exactly how old I was, but I know I was a teenager, maybe 13 or so. I came back from school and I found my mom crying. So I went in and I asked her what happened, and she told me. I mean, definitely all of us would know that that had to be the cause. So whenever two of them are fighting, you must definitely know who is the problem. So she told me what my dad had done, which I don't want to get into details. And I was more hurt than upset, right? And sitting right close to her there, I think she actually had me sit on her lap. I can't remember vividly because it's a very long time ago. And then I asked her a question. Despite all this, you still stayed in the marriage. And she looked at me and said, my son, I stayed because of you, my children. And she rubbed me on the back and said, by the grace of God, we will be okay.
We'll be okay. Wow.
That's stuck in my brain till date.
And that's very, very deep.
Yes, it is.
It is deep.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of work went into this, and this is quite an accomplishment, given the fact that you are a very busy person. Tell us about some of the things that you do. I mean, most persons may not know, but Otto is a medical student. Was a medical student. But now he's currently studying at the University of the West Indies, St. Vincent campus. All right. So that's his, motive for being here in St. Vincent first and foremost. And you're a very talented person. You're also involved in the Afro Meets Urban. Yes. Maybe you could share a little bit about that as well.
Okay, let me see where to start. Actually, I think my biggest motivation was and is still my will, my passion to succeed.
Right.
So whenever I put my mind into something, chances are I'm gonna die trying.
Right.
Right? So I get it done.
Yeah.
But in my early 20s, I developed passion for music. Right. Because at the time where I had that encounter, I had no plan or dream of being a musician or a singer. Mm-hmm. So I decided to work on myself. And music happened to be one of the easiest things then, choir and stuff, church. So from one art to the other, was in the drama department of the church and a couple more outside the church. I acted severally, dancing and, which are basically hobbies I had before I let them go focus on singing.
Right, so you dance as well?
Used to.
Okay.
Well, we'll probably get back to that sometimes. And writing poetry, and I love to click computer a lot.
Right.
Which led me to doing video graphics.
So you're computer savvy.
I do that a lot. Right. So those are like the things I do on the sideline, when I'm not singing. As per school, not like I actually ever wanted to be a medical doctor. I never had that dream. I never wanted to, but somebody told me about it and I decided to try. Right. So what I'm doing now at UA...
Because I was about to ask you that.
It's what I actually wanted to do in the first place. I'm doing human resources management.
That's awesome.
Because I love business and that exposure to, accounting and all whatnot. But I think that my love for traveling is actually what took me this far from home, even though I had no idea where I was going.
Okay. Okay.
Now you asked me about the song earlier on being a gospel. Now, when we niche things, call it this, chances are we have already stratified it for who the message is for.
Right.
And I sang the song just as I received it. I don't believe in editing a vision, just to edit it to suit people's narratives. Somebody might say, but you're a gospel artist, why did you sing a song that's not a gospel? It's how God gave it to me, so the message is for everyone.
Right.
So that's why it's an inspirational song. As I received it, I sang.
This song speaks about having faith in the midst of your challenges and whatever
Correct.
trials and tribulations that you're going through, everything will be okay. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, this song is for you, be it a financial problem, a relationship problem, whatever it is, know that you will be okay.
I had no intention of recording the song, actually. All I had was the chorus. Someday, somehow, our pain will be over. No fears, no doubt. We gotta have faith. We will be okay. And that chorus came, I think, sometime in 2012 or so, while I was walking down the road to choir rehearsal. And I had in my hand my Nokia phone, Nokia Express Music. So I just tapped it in and I saved it. So when I was in St. Vincent, I think that was in 2018.
How long you been here for so far?
4 years.
4 years.
And counting.
Okay.
Right. So I just sent that recording of myself playing the piano, singing, dun, 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 dun. I sent it to Hayden Billingy.
Right.
He called me right away. Said, boy, you have to record this. So I could actually attribute a greater percentage of the success for the song to Hayden Billingy.
That's Epsilon Records.
No, that's Arc City Records.
Okay.
Hayden Billingy.
Right.
So he pushed me. He literally would beat me up and say, hey, boy, come here, do this. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. And he could confirm this. Even up until the final day that I recorded the verses, I didn't have lyrics. So right there in the studio, everything just came. It's like I went into the moment, because the first time I tried singing, I just said, Hayden, I don't really feel this song. Uncle Sleepy was in the room. And I said, you know what, I'll wait till I feel it. So on that second day when I came to the studio, everything just came. Hayden said, it is, that's it. Sing that again. And I kept on singing. He said, you are in the song now. Pour it out. That's what he said. Pour it out, pour it out. And I poured it out. And then, like, I kind of had that epiphany, and everything just came back. And then I put it in verse 1, put it in verse 2. I never had those verses up until that day.
It is indeed a beautiful track. And I noticed here on your YouTube music video, lyrical video, at the end of the video, you gave credits.
Yes.
Now, I would not have thought that Daniel Alexander or Dion Allen and Akil Augustus, beautiful, very prominent musicians here in St. Vincent, talented people. There's Reverend Alfonso Richards.
Correct.
He's also part of it as well. And you have some very talented vocals. Yeah.
I was getting to that. Now, remember I said that it was my love for traveling that led me here. Now, my love for the people made me stay.
Right.
The love that came from the people, the support. Mm-hmm. So I called on Daniel Alexander. This guy has something else. He's super talented on the keyboard. So I called him and I said, I have a song I would like you to listen to and tell me your thoughts. So the idea of making it a funk was his idea. And he said, make it a funk. And then he played some stuff. And then he sent it to me, listen and let me know if you like it. He said, I don't like it, I love it. So we met and then we practiced, and I called on Dion. Dion is, for me, he's always my number one drummer, Dion Allen. I hope he listens to this. So I called him and I said, let's get together. I called him and he came around. I called Akil, which is also one of my top person I would call on bass guitar. These guys are so talented. Reverend Alfonso has been like a father to me ever since I've been in St. Vincent. So what I do, which is something I would advise a young and upcoming artist, if you want to be a good songwriter, you want to write a good song, write it from the perspective of a musician. Because you could only sing, but there are people that will be playing this song over the years. You have to write a song based on the fact that a keyboardist would listen and feel like scoring this song to play. So what I would always do, I would sit down, Sleepy, talk to me. And I would sit down with paper in my hands, and and I write down, the song could use that, the song could use that. And then my vocalists are always there in support. Jermaine Combs, Haviland Gill, RJ, they are the voices on the track right there.
Right.
And who am I missing? I think basically that's everyone who are on the track.
BGV Stormwind Studios?
Right, I recorded the vocals with Sheldon Wood at the studios, and we recorded the piano and the bass guitar and the drums with Andres Basco with that Epsilon. Then the vocal, my lead vocal, was done at Eden Billingy.
One question I have for you though, what was the experience like? This being your first single and all, what was the experience for you like? I mean, you had sleepless nights,
I wouldn't really say it, because to me, writing songs and singing songs is like something I could do at the snap of a finger.
So you're gifted.
It's a gift.
Right.
Glory to God. I was gonna end with that. It's hard here doing something of quality. If you want to do something that is top quality, it's going to cost you money, time, and the right people. So if you work with the right people,
you get the good right results.
Right. Writing songs is something I used to struggle with. So when I sit down and I take a pen and I want to write, like you're thinking what words to put here. That's the hard part of songwriting. But 80% of me and music right now I receive. So that's why you would see me walking down the road, I have my phone in my hand. It's not like, I'm a phone freak, but I know songs can come anytime.
Yeah.
Like in a week, I could receive, let's say, 20 to 25 songs, and I have to wake up in the middle of the night and record it in. But for this particular song, it was hard in the sense that it is a very unconventional genre of music.
Right.
So you had to ensure you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. Yeah. So I have to also mention the person who mixed and produced. Saint Mariah is in St. Lucia, from St. Lucia. And at the point, I think he probably maybe would have got fed up with me, because you gotta change this, add this, and trying to make perfection.
Yeah.
Come on, no man. You pull out and gonna make me shake my head and say that.
And for those of you, if you want to get a listen to the track, Otto, you can subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Correct.
He's also on Instagram and he's also on Facebook. On Instagram they can get you via
same name, all
right. So it's OTTOESSIEN, Otto SEN. Yeah.
One last mention, which I don't know if we're done, but I don't want to forget it.
Right.
I don't think you could go too far from support. You could only go as far as you are supported.
Right.
And I know for sure that if there is one thing that I know, and is very visible to the blind and very audible to the deaf, is that people love and support me. I was just a stranger in a strange land. The church KBC accepted me, and because of that, I laid down my anchor and I said, you know what, let me just stay the course. So I have Pastor Richards and the entire church council and the members of Kingston Baptist Church, and also the entire gospel community of St. Vincent and the entire people of St. Vincent. I don't think that Vincentians get enough credit in terms of hospitality. I come from a country that we are this large, we don't know who is there and who is not. So it's not a norm, it's not like something so easy to find that foreigners would come into your home and feel at home. So the love that the people here have for people who are not from here, I think is highly recommendable.
Awesome. So I've learned, I was doing a bit of research on Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
And I've learned that Nigeria has over 1,150 dialects and ethnic groups.
Official data, correct.
Okay.
Unofficial, it's more than
So
that.
can you say I love SVG?
In my language.
In your language.
Which is Efik Ibibio.
Come again?
That's my language, Efik Ibibio.
Okay.
So I love SVG would go like, Amimema SVG.
Okay. No, I would not remember that.
You would not remember.
I would not remember that. It was nice having you, Otto, and I do wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
You are a very special person and very talented. So I just want to encourage you to keep on writing, keep on singing, keep on doing what you do best.
Yeah.
And I do wish you all the best in your future endeavors. You know, I call this a Christmas Eve special. Because
Okay.
tomorrow is Christmas
Sure.
Day.
Sure.
You know, and everything will definitely be
Will
okay.
be alright. Will be.
Everything will be okay.
And Merry Christmas to everyone out there who's listening to this.
Yes.
Even if you don't have what to celebrate with,
Yeah.
if you have faith,
You'll be
you have
okay.
everything.
Yes. And you'll be okay once you have faith. All right. Thanks again, Otto. And of course, remember you can go on his YouTube page, Otto SEN. You can also follow him on Instagram and also on Facebook.
Correct. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And a Merry Christmas in advance to you.
To you too.
Thank you.